Morning.
Good morning. How
How are
are you?
How are y'all?
Good. You?
Yes, good too.
Yay.
Yep. Anything interesting yesterday?
I didn't get dizzy. No.
Really? That's good.
Getting closer to being released. Not yet there, but closer.
Congratulations, Kathy. That is a very good thing. Dutch, what is your breakfast of champions going on over there?
Um, it's an Attain bar. It's salty
Yeah.
and sweet. I find that the chocolate caramel melt if I put them in the vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
I happen to like these very well. It could replace a meal if I wanted it to. Holds me off for at least 2 hours. So I
Nice.
don't get, it helps my energy level.
Love it. Love
So
it.
keeps me going. But I remarked to a couple of people yesterday that I had a great mastermind to start the day off, and it caused me to have a great day, kept me rolling. Maybe I had a 10 or 15-minute nap in the afternoon, but I was rolling all day. Matter of fact, I got a phone call at 12:15 from my good friend who was starting a bank and going through a very messy divorce, but God's on top of it all. I mean, we prayed before he went into the hearing, and Holy Spirit was there. Everything that was said against him was debunked, but he
Nice.
still calls me at night, and he's just amazed at how specific intercessory prayer has taken over the situation. His wife's got some hurts, some deep inner hurts, and so I counsel him at night, and he's been going through a lot all the way till 12:30, 1 o'clock last night. So
He is very lucky to have you in his life. So that is a
he
cool.
is.
And the strength in your prayer. That is an amazing thing. I love it.
It was
Let-
very gratifying to see it actually happen.
Oh my gosh, I've known people, and then we'll get started because it's 5 minutes after, which is realtor time. I knew a girl that taught me for her prayer journal. She would put all her prayers on the left side of the journal, and then when they were answered, she would put the answers on the right. And so she just continues that process, and she's got journal after journal after journal after journal. And I'm like, that is cool. I mean, I can't imagine trying to go back and find the specific one, you know what I mean? Because sometimes stuff is answered later, but that's how she did it. And I'm like, that is a cool thing. So anyway, let's dig. So I want to hear today, I want to hear some good news, and then also how many leads you generated yesterday. And if the answer is 0, there's like zero shame. There's 0 shame and 0 of that. I just thought it would be kind of interesting to add that along. So let me see. Bree, you go last. Making you go last. All right. So who wants to start? Who's got good news? Well, y'all have good news. I want to hear it. Pete.
All right, so
Yes, you're here first too. I love it.
thank you. My good news is that I completed my recertification. I mentioned this in a bigger group, recertification for the green designation.
Yeah.
And I am showcasing myself as the green designated realtor of the area.
By
Yes.
wearing a green shirt?
Oh, well, sure. Yeah,
Perfect.
I didn't even think about that.
It's perfect. And then perchance, did you generate any leads yesterday?
No,
No, it's okay. You don't have to say it like that. It's totally okay.
no, I did not.
There you go.
I
don't
say it
think
with
you have
power.
that much confidence, but that's okay too. Okay, somebody else. I'll go. Oh gosh, what's my good news? Oh, okay. I have a girl that I talked with yesterday. She's not licensed yet. She's getting her license. She's going to sign up anyway. She's like, but I offered it to her. She said, what do I do? And I'm like, you have options. I really care more about what's going to help you. Let me outline some of your options. But one of those options was you can sign up now, it'll hold your place. And then you and I can start coaching and I can get you going. So I'll help her with getting her database fully functional. She can do that. And then you can come into this group because you're going to be, working your database and you can see real live agents and, you can plug in that way too. And she's like, yeah. So I ended up generating 2 leads. So that's that side, but one of them is actually going to sign up today, but that doesn't count. I don't consider that ever a sign up as a count. So it's it's good news, but it's only like half of a sign up because it ain't there until it's there. So there you go. There's mine. All right. So who else has got some good news?
I do.
I got 1,200 leads in
Nice.
that I bought from
Okay,
listability
that's fine.
that are between 3 to 5 years old that have very little equity
Mm-hmm.
because I buy subject to. So if
Perfect.
somebody wants to move and they can't list it because it's going to cost them too much because the price is moderated, then I'm the one to come in and help them get a clean deal because I buy on the market.
Okay. Hey, do you do commercial and residential? Multi-unit?
I have a commercial lead right now that somebody called me on one of my postcards, $400 pool supply house. So
And-
I can,
Okay. And do you work outside of Virginia for that?
well, commercial, you have to be flexible. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
can, I'm not a commercial agent. I have commercial credentials, but I wouldn't say that I was proficient, which is the
Okay.
ethical thing to say.
Yes, it is. But reach out to Giselle on the team up in Washington State because she has a property that they've only had it like 2 years and they're trying to figure out if there's some way they can squeeze more money out of it. Or no, they've had it 1 year. 1 year. It's a multi-unit, multi-family, and they're trying to figure out if they can squeeze some more money out of it. And it would have to be a subject to type of a situation. So, but Giselle Loyal is or something like that on the team in Washington State. Reach out to her. Just let her know that I told you to connect.
That girl is a powerhouse, by the way. Definitely
new.
keep her. Yes, and she is so motivated. I'm so impressed by her. You have no idea.
Me too.
I had the
Yeah.
property that I talked about last week. She really jumped on it and started sending me people that could possibly be interested. Just connecting me. It was just, she's really awesome.
Yep. Did you know she watches all of us on repeat? Because
Yes, she does. I was like, and she texted me like maybe 10 minutes after we were done about that day or something, like she was trying to connect, but she couldn't. I was like, damn, that's a motivated girl. That's a girl that's gonna go places.
absolutely. I agree too. So,
Mhm.
all right, let's hear some more good news. Who's got what?
A friend of mine reached out yesterday, so I got one that wants to buy, which he's only approved for like 125, so it's going to be tough. And then another one that wants a CMA. His brother wants a CMA on his house, and so I started looking at that. Looks like the house is about 450, between 450 and 5, I think it was. So it should be a nice one. Pretty much new construction, about a year old. Yeah, so hopefully that works out.
Nice. So 2 leads generated yesterday.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Love it. All right, Kathy, Anna, Dutch.
Yesterday I got a call about one of my properties. I was like, okay, cool. So which one? He gives an address that's not one of my properties. And he's like, my friend forwarded something, and I'm gonna try to get clarification today. He's like, my friend forwarded the information for this house, and we think it's absolutely perfect. You were the agent on it. Can we go ahead and see it? I was like, sure. How does tomorrow work? But it's totally not my property. So I'm thinking they probably got something from my KB Core that had, because you know how KB Core brands everything to you. So I'm thinking this is a KV Course lead that maybe his friend or something gets the listings of, and then reached out to me. So I have a showing today at 11 o'clock at a property that is not mine. So like, okay, let's do it.
Exactly. I love it. In the beginning, when in 07, 8, 9, 10, 11, I would always ask people, I'm like, where'd you find me? Because I wanted to see what marketing was working. And it's the internet, Gina. It's the
Yeah,
internet.
I know,
You know
right?
what I mean? I
It's like,
found
oh,
you
thanks for
online.
being so helpful.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, that's the way to go. I get that part. All right. Who else has got something in here? Let me see. I've not heard from Dutch or Kathy.
You did hear from Dutch, but
Did hear from Dutch. I did hear from Dutch. I did hear from Dutch. So-
Dutch started us off, I think. And
Yes, he did. I was stuck on the bar he's eating because he said they melt in the car. And we're from Washington State, nothing melts in the car. And we moved down here and Greg would buy chocolate on a road trip. And then I'm like, you better like shove that in your mouth now. Because otherwise, I hope you have a plastic container to put it in because of the
With ice.
spoon. You know?
Yeah,
So-
the console needs to be a mini fridge.
Mini refrigerator, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell
So-
you how many things I have held in front of the AC to reconstitute though. So there's that.
Yeah, the phone. That's what
Yeah.
I hold in front of the AC in Florida.
It's true. All right. Okay, Kathy, what do you got?
Well, I did get we're switching over from we're switching over our Supra to Century Lock at Car.
Mm-hmm.
And so I finally got part of that stuff set up. I've got to meet with Rob again because he was supposed to bring me stuff on Monday and he forgot it. So I've got to meet with him because he's going to be out of town when we've got to be at training and mandatory training for it. So I got that done. I didn't really get any leads per se. I did talk to a couple of people and just say, hey, if you know anybody, you know, that kind of thing, but you know, nothing concrete that has come out of it.
Good for you for reaching out though. That's the lead measure. So good for you. All right, Bree, you're last. You're in the center of my screen. You're last. Let's hear it.
Okay, so yesterday I was, the home buyers classes I teach, they had a graduation last night. And I've been feeling a little dejected and I was gonna work, but I canceled work, which was a good thing because I was honored. So this is the third cohort that I've participated in. So anyway, so I was honored, which I was surprised, but I'd already decided what I was gonna do for them. So there's a book called The Art of Money, and it's about money and mindset. And so I gifted each one of them that. And so they were like, oh my God. And so long story short, by the time I got home, I had 23 leads. And when I woke up this morning, there were 2 more.
25 leads.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
So I woke up to 2 more this morning. So God is good. I was going to skip it. I'm glad I didn't. And I was surprised that they remembered, this is MDHA, people that get vouchers for, to live. And during Thanksgiving, I provided $25 gift cards and complete Thanksgiving dinners to the seniors that lived in subsidized housing, food for Thanksgiving. So they remembered that.
Oh, I love that.
So I went to my friends and businesses. I was like, hey, can you all pitch in? And we all raised money and did that for them. So
Is
Very
that,
nice.
I got some questions. One, is that something that you might consider doing an annual thing?
yes,
Because
Yes.
it has your name on it as the person heading, it's not like, hey, give to the Red Cross, where you're
Right.
coupling your name with some other name, which there's nothing wrong with that. It just has a lot more power if you're going to do it and have it be like your thing.
branded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
branded your thing that you do. And it's such a beautiful thing to do. that, you know, I just, and then you've got all your community involvement, which I know that that's a big thing for you also. So I set you guys up. I'm gonna fully fess up because Brianna called me last night and I was just like, oh my gosh, Brianna, this is so good. And then I did, Craig, I did get the workplace link. And then it was like Workplace wanted me, I was on my phone and Workplace was like, hey, can you like set up everything? And I'm like, I'm not setting up crap. I'm gonna take that link and put it on my computer and do whatever. So I need to go in still, but I have it. And then we're gonna dig into it for put them on the website. So I've got them on the website. Thank you for that. And then, okay, so Bree called me yesterday and I was like, what? Made me cry, which is awesome. But then tell them exactly what it was that you did on the book, because you said you gave the book away, but there was something you did specifically, and there was another agent there as well.
So, you know, they all went through a year. They went through a year of getting their financial self together, become homeowners, how to keep the home, how to build wealth, and things like that. So got up and spoke and said, this has really touched my life and made a difference. Your mindset, your relationship with money is very important. Continue this work as you go forward. There was another broker there that also taught one of the classes. And she got 0 leads because she just like, which really surprised me, but I gave it from the heart and, you know, just wanted to share. And I offered it to not just participants that went through the program, but their support network. So their friends and family that were there, I was like, they're just as important to your mindset as you are. And so I want the household, what goes on in between the 4 walls, to be just as important as providing the outside walls.
Specifically used a voucher also in order to like, give me your information and then
Oh yeah, so I gave them,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that. So
Okay.
they responded with their phone number, their email, and their address.
So you got
So
it.
now they're in my pipeline.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Now you have 24 to 36 hours. to
Yes,
respond. You know that, right?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
perfect. Because we started the new thing. We're honing down this stuff on Hoodle, and we had a webinar yesterday. It had 12 people on it, which is a smaller one. But I'm like, Ron, because he was like, oh, we forgot to give him this. I said, don't look at it. I like, yes, we did, but let's use it to our advantage and let's build this in. Get a text out to every single person. I'm so grateful you came. I wanted to give you this free gift. Like, it's just a beautiful thing right after it to send something out. And I know that
Okay.
when I have an attraction meeting, an agent attraction meeting that goes good, that goes, especially when they go really good, I will just text back, that was amazing. Like, and that's it. Like that was amazing, and amazing is all in caps. And I get tons of responses. And for some reason, that after the fact thing has a lot of, it's the same thing. I think psychologically, I'm not really sure what it is, but I know that when I did real estate, remember I told you guys, I always called the day after the deal was closed. I called that morning at like, not 8:00, but you know, like 10, I would just call and check, you know, are you guys okay? Did you guys need anything happen during the night? You know, is anything, you know, is everything okay? And every single time they were always like, you're calling me after? Yeah. You know, it just does something like that didn't end at this, you know what I mean? It's a relationship. So, all right. Okay, cool beans. So I set you guys up when Bree told me she had 23 leads. I mean, Dutch kind of blew that away because he's got, I don't know what he said, like 3,000 or something.
1,000, right.
But it's awesome. All right, challenges. What do we got? Who's got what?
Can I ask a real quick question?
Yeah, that's what this is for.
Yeah, I know, but this is sort of related. Some of you know that my daughter is getting ready to relocate back down to New Orleans area. And in that process, she'll be taking the internet out of her name and, you know, moving it down. So I need to get internet, and I need to know whatever I need to know to be able to make the house function well enough, and speeds and whatever. And I have not kept up with that. I just paid half the bill.
Who is their internet, out of curiosity?
I think she has Xfinity Comcast here.
you have a good thing happening right now, and that is a lot of times Comcast and other companies run specials. And since
Mhm.
you name, you can have that special.
Well, no, I can't do anything simultaneously with that same company because I called, I tried to check in on stuff, what was packages or whatever, and it came up immediately and said, you have internet at this household already.
Yes, but you're not going to.
Right, but that means I'm gonna have a downtime and I need to know what to try to get.
So what?
So,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
do the special, like, as soon as she cancels, literally within 30 minutes, call and set it up and ask them for their specials. Like, they'll of course give you the standard packages, then just dig deep and ask for the specials. I have Xfinity and they're always running packages.
Always.
How many devices will you be connecting at one time?
Well, at the moment, there'll only be myself in here, but I'm also going to be working towards getting two of the rooms set up for, people to rent out.
So
So,
then you want to go for the speed, because if they're going to be doing streaming like TV and things
Right.
like that while you're on your work call, you want to make sure you have enough speed to do your work.
right, and I don't
So I
have a
think
clue what
I
that means.
pay, and they have up to 4 gig, 4 mega whatever it is, but one should be fine, 1 gigabyte, which is standard in all the localities. And I pay about $70 a month for that. So it's not bad.
Also, you may only have, like, we can only do Comcast here. That's it
Mhm.
in our area. So you
Mhm.
may have some restrictions like that where you only have one or two, depending upon how
Mhm.
urban you are. And I know Charlottesville's not, but maybe.
But out here it is.
Oh, yeah. So you might only have a couple of providers and that's all you have. So that's really going to limit you. And then like Bree said, you do want to do the highest. I just asked my husband, I'm like, what do we have? It's like the highest you can get through Xfinity, Comcast. And we had mom's in her, Greg's mom's in her room watching,
Whatever.
back TV, and we're both constantly on the internet, and I'm streaming music on top of it, and and
Right.
it handles everything as long as we don't have an electrical storm.
Okay, because
but
that's
do-
part of what I,
Yeah,
Right.
if anyone tells you, I'm sorry, if anyone tells you, you already have internet, I can't talk to you about special. Yeah, well, that person is moving out and it's a whole new system for me moving in. So I need you to run the dang numbers for me.
right, okay,
Yahoo.
all right. But just the fastest speed is what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Yep. The other question you're gonna want to know, are you gonna, which room are you gonna hardwire in? It probably already has a room that's hardwired. And are you gonna hardwire in any of the other rooms? Because there will be probably an additional fee to that if you want to hardwire. There's nothing wrong with running Wi-Fi all over the place. Everybody can plug into Wi-Fi and only having one place where you're hardwired. But do think about that.
I'm not even sure what that truly means, what
Okay,
it
so
looks like.
Greg's computer is got the plug-in directly into the Wi-Fi, and then everywhere, and he's got the router there, and then everywhere else, like I'm not directly plugged into it. I'm just using Wi-Fi. And we
Does it
have,
have to be directly plugged into something?
One
One.
of them does, because that's how it gets to the house, and all the other devices connect through that. Does that
Yes,
make sense?
Wi-Fi.
So like just one place in your house, which will probably not where you're renting it out, like in your areas, whether your bedroom, your office or whatever, or the living room, you want to look for a hard wire. It looks like a cable wire.
Yeah.
Right,
And
so
that's how it gets into your house. And then everybody else will connect via Wi-Fi.
does it
Yep.
matter where it's located in the house?
No.
Does it make a
No.
difference?
Well, you want kind of central,
Central.
kind of like, because that's where it's coming into the house. If you can get it kind of central, but if not, it'll work. You can buy extenders. I don't know the layout of your house.
Right.
And Xfinity will give you extenders, like they'll come after a month, they'll look at your the flow of the internet. If they recognize dead spots, they'll send you an extender to pick up that dead spot. for
And
free.
then in your rooms that you're renting, have 2 sets of passwords, have your main internet, your main password, that's yours. Sorry, put this finger down. Will not put the other finger down. And then this one, you're going to have the guest version of whatever that is, and that's what they're gonna use to log in, so they don't have any access to your main.
Okay, and that's done through
Complete setup.
Xfinity, or is that done through me?
You will,
You.
you will set up your password, the name of your internet and your password, Kathy's internet.
Right.
Or whatever the name of your Airbnb or room or whatever it is you want to rent out, extended care thing, and then that password specifically for that. And then I would have it right in that room. I would have a little card right inside that room. This is your Wi-Fi and access.
And then will it matter, does it matter to have that set up? Like if I do rent out 2 rooms versus 1, is it okay to have them be both the same? Or
I
do they
would
need to be?
Think so. I can't see any reason why that wouldn't be a problem. I really can't see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
you-
I would just have one. I mean, one for them, one for you.
Yeah, keep yours separate.
All right, and as far as hardwiring, is there advantage to doing that in like maybe all the rooms?
No.
No.
I wouldn't. You'll be fine unless you have a very strange house made of metal and solid concrete block that internet can't get through anything, which is highly unusual. And you don't see that until you see like condo complexes have a hard time. Sometimes office buildings have a hard time because of the way they're constructed. A standard house is usually fine. It's usually, you might need a booster. We have a booster in our kitchen behind the coffee. And-
And Xfinity will do a sweep, like remote, to see if you need a booster. Just to give you I have a 3-story townhome,
Uh-huh.
and my router's on the 3rd floor. My son on the 1st floor plays video games, and it's wireless, and he has no problem connecting.
Smooth as silk. My internet's
Right.
smooth as silk. Yeah.
So since the
And
device
then-
has to be hooked to it, it can't be like in the attic.
Not in the attic, but just to give you, mine's 3rd floor, he's 1st floor, and he has no problem.
Okay. All right.
I
Thank
love
you
it.
so much.
You're welcome. I love working because who knows where the conversation is going to go. I love it. All right. Does anyone else have any other challenges? I have a question if no one else has any. Okay. I'm on Indeed.com. What are the other hiring platforms that you guys know about besides Indeed.com? Because one of my things is I'm going to start blanketing those other hiring platforms also. Because nothing moves fast enough for me, but if I have like 10 platforms, that will probably move fast enough for me. Do you guys have any idea? I think they're-
probably say LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, mostly because I've talked to 2 people that tried it and they couldn't, they said the response rate was just beyond low. So I haven't done LinkedIn. I know there's ZipRecruiter is one of them. I've not done LinkedIn though, so I don't know. Like I haven't tried it and it's worth a try and I'm just gonna run through everything I can find and get I'm gonna do the free versions on everything.
About,
Yeah,
one of
LinkedIn, you will have
the
very
original-
slow responses just because the people there don't log in every day. Yeah, they don't log in. It's not because they don't care, they just don't log. It's not like an every single day platform. For a lot of professionals. And then I would do Craigslist maybe.
Oh, that's, I hadn't thought about Craigslist. That's a very-
Monster.com.
Monster,
Yeah.
perfect. I knew there was more of them out there. Monster.com. Anyone else know of any other ones? ZipRecruiter, Craigslist, Monster,
Fiverr,
Fiverr?
Fiverr, I believe it is,
Yeah,
for individual task. In other words, you can hire somebody for an individual task instead of having to hire a VA.
right.
I was on Hub VA yesterday interviewing a virtual assistant for 45 minutes. Seems very good. They're costing about $9 an hour. They want 1,000.
Oh my God,
$25
Dutch, you gotta
contract.
contact me, okay? Reach out to
Huh?
me. I'm happy to give you. So Kimberly, who was part of our group, she left, I think, before you even joined us. She had given a recommendation for a VA company that was just really, really affordable. They were basically training these VAs from the Philippines, all on our EXP system. So they know SkySlope, they know KB Core. You don't have to worry about teaching them the systems that we go through. They do that for you.
Okay.
And then they start for you. You can do week by week. You could start part-time for 100 or full-time for 200. And so far, I mean, I haven't found my right match, but I think it's more of a personal thing. They really do a good job, and the guy stays on top of his stuff. So reach out to me. I'm happy to give you his contact info.
Okay, how do I reach out to you? You got a number?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and put
It's
this in.
1. Her number is 1.
Number one.
You're so cute. There you
I
go.
second that.
I put it in the chat. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You guys are number ones.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, Since
Yeah.
we're leaning into task-oriented directions, how about Task Rabbit?
Oh, I have used TaskRabbit. They put up my chandelier. They were great. I had this big, huge thing I bought in New Orleans that and we left with one of our houses under protest. It's okay.
You got something for it.
Really, and that's the kind of thing. So like they can hook up my ceiling fan that I need to replace.
Oh my gosh, you can call TaskRabbit to hook up anything. You literally just look on TaskRabbit, you put in the what you want. I want a chandelier, and then oh,
And-
go away. Wow.
Is that everywhere? I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
And they'll do your internet too.
they will. They'll do all kinds of stuff. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. Like your pocket handyman.
Yes, it's like your pocket handyman. It's exactly what it is. And
That's
it's
super
very
cool.
to specific tasks, TaskRabbit. So put in whatever the task is, and then that's it. And then you can meet somebody that's local in your area if you like their work, and then you can hire them outside of TaskRabbit. You're not supposed to do that. But you know, after I have no problem the first one paying you the extra money that you get through TaskRabbit, but then I want to build a relationship with you too. You know, and I want, because if you're a good handyman, you're worth your weight in gold as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Gold. Like, don't lose weight. That's awesome. So, yeah, I love them. I really do. Because I am not going to get up there, my husband and I, with it's a huge crystal chandelier that I bought from New Orleans. Huge thing. Like, no, it is not happening. So it was pretty over my dining room table, and it's okay. Because he promised that he would get me another one whenever I wanted it. So there you go. Plus, if you're going to go get a crystal chandelier, go to New Orleans and I'll tell you where to go, because they're really, really, really inexpensive and they will ship anywhere and they'll take really good care of you. So, all right. We were there for family reunion or something like that for Keller Williams, and 2 other people, after I found the store, 2 of my other agents went down there and their husbands were pissed at me. I'm like, hey, you know, we should have something to remember the
So
town by.
what's the name of this store, Gina?
It's by, Greg, do you remember the name of the store where I got the crystal chandelier? It's, what? Let There Be Light? He's checking, because he can remember names for everything. It's close to Brennan's, and Brennan's is in New Orleans. It's one of the side streets to, you know, the main where everybody gets drunk and vomits. It's next to that street. And it is the place where they invented, Bananas Foster. And it was the first place I ever had a mint julep in my entire life, and I fell in love with them. So that's Brennan's. And it's an amazing restaurant. It's really, really, really cool. So if you're in New Orleans, I highly encourage you to go there. And then don't party on Bourbon Street. Go up to the other street that meets it at a T where the locals party. Go party there.
Yeah, well, I would never, ever even get the opportunity to party on the main drag because Angela would drag me everywhere else.
Yeah,
I
because
think
the locals know where to go.
I think the dungeon is probably the first place she took me to, which was a hole.
Uh-huh.
But
It's a
like,
fun.
okay,
It's the only town I know of that can smell like alcohol, vomit, and like horse manure and God knows what else, and it's okay. You know, you're not like, I'm gonna, you
No,
know.
it's not okay.
You would think it's not, and somehow, I don't know, it just works. You got the name of the,
After the 3rd hurricane, it might be okay.
This is true. All right, y'all. Has anyone else got anything else before we move and close out for today? Seeing it gone. All right. You guys helped me immensely. I'm gonna go check out these sites and see what I can do for free and see what else I can get going on this because like I said, it's not moving nearly fast enough for me. I hope you have really, really good days and a really good day today. And if you can possibly build in something after the fact, a text after a meeting or a phone call the day after the house closes or something along those lines, I highly encourage you because it'll make you stand out like nobody else is standing out. And those little touches, those little teeny tiny things that don't take much time, those really add up. They really do. I think they're the little ones that make such a difference. So Bree, you have 24 to 36 hours. So hit your people and everybody else also just have an amazing rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bless. Yes. Wonderful.
Thanks.